If you're not having fun, don't do it. We're gonna do this entire makeup look, but I'm not gonna tell you what I use. I'm just gonna show you how to use it. So this is more of a matte to satin finish foundation, and I like to go in with my fingers and warm it up into the skin because I know that's the finish that it has. I think that it blends better and looks better on my skin if I give it some time to really work it into the skin, if that makes sense. And I'm going to go in with a brush. This is my preferred method, and I'm going to kind of buff this around. I'm not going to worry about if there's any lines or marks in the foundation because I know after this I'm going to go in with a sponge and buff everything together, and that's going to give me a super beautiful finish regardless of how this brush looks. I know this brush is going to spread it around and give me the coverage where I want it and where I need it. I'm going to go in now and just make sure that there's no lines or streaks. And now I'm going to go in with a cream contour bronzer situation, and I put this on the brush first, and I put entirely way too much. I should have worked this into my hand, on the back of my hand, before putting this on my face. So I'm going to go in with my foundation sponge, the part of the sponge that I use my foundation on, and go around that to fix that mistake and make sure that I don't have too much product. Now that I know that I've blended this on the back of my hand, I can go in straight on the skin, and I'm gonna get a much better, more even, cohesive blend here. And I'm not going to just add it to my cheekbones, because personally I like to have like a cohesive makeup look, so if I just add it to my cheekbones, it's only going to make those appear more structured, and I want my whole face to appear more structured. If you're not having fun, don't do it. Concealer brightens and lifts and brings the face forward, which is why you often see us putting it in the center of the face and underneath the eye. Underneath the eye, we want it to be nice, bright, light. And then we're adding that brightness to the other areas of the face, because if that's the only part that's brought forward, the illusion isn't going to be as intense and the makeup isn't going to be as cohesive. For blush here, I'm gonna focus this on the highest point of my cheek right here. And I don't like to bring it up too far right here because I have like a line from sleeping on my pillow, and I notice if I bring the blush up into that area, it really accentuates that line and makes me look older than I am. So I try to be very conscientious of not applying product there. And I'm gonna go in with a powder puff and powder and set my face very intentionally, making sure I get every square inch of my face, because every single part of my face has a cream product on it, and I don't want that cream product to move, budge, slide, or be easily transferable. For bronzer, I like to go in a circular motion just like this in the pan, and then a circular motion on the back of my hand to really work the product into the brush, and then a light circular motion right above where I did that contour. And that is going to just give me a little bit of warmth without it being too much or looking like an orange streak down my face. And this is just my preferred method with any bronzer that I'm using. Now I'm going to use a brightening powder just under my eye because I like my under eye to be nice and bright. And when I say just under my eye, I mean in that inner corner tucked up there, and I'm going to bring it down the sides of my nose as well to kind of accentuate the nose contour that I have done. And sorry if you hear kids in the background there. You might notice once you've done that, your blush has kind of lost its place. Gently go back over it with your blush brush to kind of reinstate that color. This is how the base is looking so far, and I know that this is a long-lasting base routine I'm not going to have to worry about at all. For my eyes, I'm going to use that same bronzer I used on my face, the warm one, and I'm going to put that just in the outer portion of my eye. Now I'm actually going to go in with eyeshadow, and I'm going to go in with a nice light bright shade, and I'm going to put this on the center of my lid, not the inner corner, just the center of that same shade, and tap this onto the brow bone. I'm going to go in with a real rich chocolatey brown color. I'm going to tap that off so it doesn't leave a mess, and I'm going to get really close to that lash line, kind of going where we already did. One of my favorite things to do quick eyeshadow ways is to go in with the same brush and use an eyeshadow a shade or two lighter, okay, and go right above that, and this like blends it out seamlessly without effort or blending or getting that liner to no longer be liner and just be eyeshadow all over your face. But you can even go under and put that under your eye. I'm gonna curl my lashes because I know that my mascara performs better when my lashes are pre-curled. And I'm gonna go in with my mascara, and I'm getting quite close here as to try and not give away what I'm using. These are all things that I love and have talked about before though. Look at that. That was a regular formula mascara, and by that I mean it's not waterproof and it's not tubing, but I'm a little high maintenance, so I understand that. I'm gonna use a tubing mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm gonna go in with faux freckles. You can do this before you powder as well, but I find it looks fine if I just do it at the end, as long as I go in with my setting and sealing sprays. Now I'm gonna go in with a hydrating mist. It's not a setting mist. It's just gonna add hydration to my face and melt my powders into each other. I'm just gonna use a pinky shade close to my natural color. If you struggle with like what looks like a double lip line, it might be because you're not filling in your vermilion border, and that is going to give you a more natural look, even if it feels like overlining. And this is no highlight, and full 2 layers of powder, setting powder, and then all of our powder products on top, you guys. And she looks so good, and no lashes. And we've got the faux freckles, which if it's not your thing, you can skip that step. But then to seal and lock her all in, we're gonna use a sealing spray, and we won't have to worry about her moving. Bonus, it kind of sets your hair a little bit because it's almost like hairspray for your face. So if it gets on your hair, we'll kind of set and hold it in place a little bit, give it a little bit of grip, a little bit of hold. Play in makeup, have fun with it, use what you have, look for deals, look for sales. Unless you're a makeup collector or a makeup artist, you don't have to have every single thing that someone has to love your makeup and for your makeup to look good.